part. I want to see how that goes.
Funny.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to another Thursday night game. This is the second Storm King's Thunder group, so we got two groups running in the same campaign, and this one's kind of been away a bit. So when we last left off, they were in a pretty vicious battle with a group of Uthgardt barbarians of the Griffin tribe, which is where we will pick up today. But on the map, you can see where we're at. We're down in the Subrin River at the moment, just about to go underneath the Subrin Hills, heading over to Star Meadow Hills. And I think we're just going to jump in. If you missed any of the episodes, you can always check them out on YouTube. Catch up on all the other ones. I believe this is session 52. As we jump in, we're just going to jump in the action with no preamble. So let me move the players over to the right map. Which would be this one. All right. So we were in the middle of a fight. We went through one or two rounds, not too many before we ended. We are at the top of the order. I'm going to move our order thing over for just a minute. We had the monk race forward. Edrim raced forward, also, I believe, in beast mode. And Jarral moved forward, using cover to get closer to the barbarians that had set an ambush for them. They were barbarians hidden in trees using bows. Ardreth was near the back using his bow, and Tovi charged forward on her horse, but she had to kind of take a meandering route to get up to the cliff face where these barbarians were. One of the things that was also happening is right during one of the first rounds, Ardreth summoned up a thunderstorm that he is using his Call Lightning spell with. Also had to deal with an attack in the back, but out of the clouds of that thunderstorm, in a surprise attack about one or two rounds in, three griffins came dive bombing out of the darkened sky with two riders upon. Two of them, one was riderless, and they swooped in to attack. This was after one of the scouts had fired an arrow into the sky, and it had like a whistle on it. And as it whistled up, that was the signal for the griffins to dive from up in the clouds, and they joined the battle. So we have two of them that have landed and have begun to fight, which are over on kind of the left side here. And we have one that's still flying around and maneuvering with somebody still on them. So that's where we will pick up in our combat. And we're going to start at the top of the order, where Jarral had the best of the initiative orders, so it will be his turn to start out. For those of you that have the flag on you, those are the ones that have, I believe, Bardic Inspiration at the moment that Ardreth had cast on you. Other than that, I don't think there's any other effects currently. Just the thunderstorm that's currently going above Ardreth's head. And Ardreth was kind of trying to hide in some trees over here, using trees for covers as the griffins swooped in. All right, so that'll jump us in, and go ahead and take it away, Jarral. Your turn. You're up first round.
No pressure. All right, so Jarral is going to, I guess he's going to attack the... do I get a sense of between the Griffin and the Uthgarts in front of me, which, like, if any of them have been hurt or anything?
Just, I believe in the previous round, you guys were able to kill one of them. I thought one of them was slightly wounded, and then one of them also, if you recall,
I think that was this one. Was this spellcaster?
Yeah, has some type of spirit cloud around them, where when you're pretty close to them, you hear the whispers and you see kind of these ghostly shapes And as I recall, let me go to where that spell is so I can tell you, remind you what it does, because it's already hit, I believe, you before. So yeah, when you're in the area of that, on a failed save, you're taking damage from these necrotic damage from these creatures, and it's within. You think you have to be within a certain amount of range of this person. It didn't happen until you got closer to them.
Okay, and that's not from the birds. That's from the.
No, it's clearly from
barbarians.
Yeah, the barbarians.
Okay. I assume it's from all of them.
No, it is just from one in particular. Dressed slightly differently than the other ones. Has more bone necklaces. Has more bones sewn into their armor. The other ones are more like leather and fur clad armor with like leather plates or little bits of griffin feathers. Maybe some griffin claws. Those kinds of things. But the one that has these spirits up and around it seems to have kind of more bones than the others, has more in their hair. Let's see what else would make them stand out. They're using a spear instead of the other ones, which were using bows.
Okay.
And
is that the one that's in front of me?
swords. It's the one that's they've kind of jostled around. And the one currently, let me move to the right spot.
So the one that's emanating from it is the one I'm going to target.
Yeah, so it's this one here.
Okay, so that's the one I'm going to go for.
Okay. Well, let's see. I think this kicks off at the start of the round. So
I think you're right. I seem to recall that.
So you need to first start off. Making a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so first things first, let's roll this up. Let me bring up a roll here so it's...
First roll of 2018.
Ooh, 18 necrotic damage, and your speed is halved. I'll put a little symbol on you here.
The speed is halved.
So
right.
What you can tell is, as you move forward to engage this person, these spirits are just kind of going through you, and you can, as they go through you, you feel this bone-chilling coldness. Kind of rocks to your core. Your skin almost tingles like it's being frostbit or burned or sunburned or just like an intense skin irritation to it. And you can feel that you are the essence of yourself is being sucked in by these spirits.
Am I able to use that bardic inspiration for saving throws? You
can, actually.
I can't. Is that another roll, or is that just adding a value?
It is a roll. You get a dice from Ardreth, and Ardreth probably has that on his character sheet, which one it is.
It's like a D8. Does that sound right?
For bardic inspiration? Yep.
Yeah. D8. Oh, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, baby. I hope that helped.
14.
Yeah, I think. Let's look. I only think you need... let's find that spell DC. I'm sure it's here. It's got to be higher up then. It's a big, long character sheet.
I want to say it was a 14 or 15.
Yeah, nope, you made it.
I made it?
So 7 plus 8 is 15. Yeah, that'll make it.
So it's half of...
So it's half of that damage. Yep.
Okay.
And you are not slowed. Yeah, only if you miss it are you full damage and slowed.
Okay. Cool. All right, so that drops me down. Sweet. All right, so now I get to attack. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, so you swing, attempting to hit this tribal warrior, which you think is definitely some type of, religious shaman or some type of witch doctor or something. And as you're trying to swing, these spirits are interfering with you as they're just kind of getting in your way. They're still kind of going in and out of you and through you and around you and just distracting you. So both sword shots are able to kind of swing by this tribal warrior in front of you.
All right.
So that's action is 2 attacks, right? Because you got multi attacks at this point.
I get 2 attacks per action.
Yeah,
per
so
attack
there's okay.
action.
So you still got move and bonus action.
And I don't think I get bonus unless I hit. Oh yeah, I do. So I'm gonna spend a key flurry of blows immediately after I take my attack action. I can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, thank God.
Yep, 2 strikes.
Or 13.
13.
I'm assuming 18 hit.
Yeah, 18 and 20 hit. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so 2
Cool.
bludgeoning
So the first
damage.
2 are distracting, and just gets really frustrated, and then just says screw it, and turns the blades around, and just uses his fists to land some blows. Frustration.
All right. All done?
Yep, all done.
All right. So let's move to the Griffins, which is also the Riders. So, Griffin number... All right, so we have a Griffin that is going to try to... Start the bottom here. Makes that many attacks. Okay, so yeah, we have a beak and a claw attack. One with its beak, one with its claw. So Edrim, it first tries to rake you with the front claw. So it swings towards your body. 15?
Just hits.
Oh, just hits. Okay. 12 slashing damage. I'm rolling good tonight, guys. This could be bad. So 12 slashing damage. And then the beak, now that it rakes its nails and claws across you, it tries to bite you at the same time. 16. Oh, if 15 hit, then a 16 would hit. Oh my god, 12 piercing damage.
Man.
So 12 slashing, then 12 piercing.
Ouch.
Tribal warrior is going to, this guy to the bottom of you that has a bow that you raced up to, is going to try to move away from you. So you get an attack of opportunity if you want to use it on this guy.
Yep, I will take it.
Okay. Oh, actually, he's not ready to go yet. Sorry. He's going to do that. You will get that attack, but I got to wait for his turn. He's the tribal warriors. He's not the Griffin group. The Griffin group. So the rider, that would be the shaman, can go. So the shaman just got hit by Jarral. Is carrying a spear. Is going to... not cast anything because that would not help at this point. I just want to check one other spell to make sure it's not concentration. No. Okay, good. Is going to use a spear. Just one attack. Doesn't really have much else. Is going to let the one-handed, spear attack. So this is at Jarral, spear attack. But rolls a 12.
That misses.
All right, so you dodge away from a spear tip as this guy grins at you, and you can see most of his teeth have been gone and then replaced with what appears to be some teeth from some other type of creature. You're not sure how he's done it or how they've attached, but it looks pretty gruesome. Unfortunately, this guy here, right to your left, he's the one with a bow. He rolled a 12.
Oh, okay.
He's got a bow. Wants to use it more than he wants to use anything else. So is also going to move. So you will have an attack of opportunity if you wish to take it.
I do.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. You have a free attack of opportunity.
Is he going by B?
Nope, he's not gonna. He's gonna stay away from you. He's going around the griffin, basically, or past him.
All right.
So you get one free attack
Wow.
of opportunity.
I'm on fire tonight.
Oh, but you would get to use your
360 days
weapon
to
if
make
you
it.
wanted.
I get the same damage on
Oh, same one. Okay, yeah. So he's ducking away. You can see him knocking an arrow, and he bursts away from you. You slash at his head, but he ducks and he keeps running. And then he takes that arrow, he knocks it, and he's going to try to shoot at Ardreth.
Look out.
They have multi-attack. So here's 2 arrows as he quickly pulls from his quiver. Arrow number 1 for a 10, which should miss you completely. And then arrow number 2 is a 17.
Yes, that one does hit.
So then 10 piercing damage as an arrow sinks into part of your armor and a gash on your arm and shoulder.
Jarral takes credit for the first miss.
All right. Griffin behind Jarral also tries to rake you across your back with claws as you're spinning and diving and ducking and weaving, fighting as much as you can. Where's the Griffin? There they are. First one is the claw. Ooh, 21 I'm sure is a hit. For 12 slashing. And then a beak tries to... I'm rolling really good. This is bad. 10 piercing from the beak. So a slash across your back with the claws, and then the beak comes down and sinks into your shoulder to take a chunk of flesh from you.
Oh my god. I think Jarral's going to be down. Oops.
Last Griffin is going after Tovey. So it's going to fly 1, 10, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. While passing by, Tovey is going to go ahead and try to claw and beak attack Tovey, who's on her horse and attacking a warrior. So the Griffin claw on Tovey. An 8. So the misses completely as it's flying past her. Tries to bite her at the same time. 18. Oh, you know what? I probably should have Tovey's character sheet up. That might help. I don't think it hits, or Maybe no. Maybe it is an 18 she has. Where are you at? There you are. Oh, she has an 18, so that one does sink in. Okay. So that took 5 piercing damage off Tovey as it rakes across the metal of her plate armor. And the warrior on his back is going to dismount to attack Tovey in the next turn. So it uses an action to dismount the griffin. The griffin lands next to Tovey. And that is their turn. Ooh, that was a lot of good rolling for me. Sorry, guys. But that brings us to Edrim, our druid. Let's see what he's able to do.
The shaman here for the youth card. Is he wearing or carrying anything metal?
He has a spear. Armor is no, it's hide and bone.
Okay.
You don't see any obvious metal except the spear tip, and apparently a quiver that has maybe some arrow tips in it. But you don't see. You see the back of the arrows. You don't see the front of the arrows. But you assume maybe there's that. But definitely not armored like that or anything. Although that's a kick-ass spell that you're thinking about.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I didn't think it would be fitting the situation very well. I think I'm going to go with conjure animals.
All right. Crap, I knew there was something I wanted to get ready so it was easier to do. So as I read up on this spell, since the last time we did it, I believe you get to choose which of those 4 you would like, but then I get to choose what they are. So you get to tell me you either want 1 beast that's a challenge rating 2, 2 that are 1, 4 that are half, or 8 that are a quarter, and then I tell you what actually shows up.
I'm going to try for 2 beasts of challenge rating 1.
2 beasts, challenge rating 1. And do we remember where I kept that list? That would be the question. Wasn't
I do
it
not.
in Discord? Didn't we put it in Discord, Spammy?
I think PB posted it there, yes. But I don't know how far back that was. It's at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was a while. Oh, there it is. Conjure animals. All 72 beasts. Perfect. That's what I need right here. So let me open this up. And for relevancy's sake, I actually think I saved this, but I didn't put it in a folder that I remember because I was going to say, oh, this will make it easier for me to find it. And I totally forgot where I put it. Let's see. Reference sheet. 6 up. Let's do 8 up, I think. So that we'll take a look. So you begin to cast your spell. And you are looking for 2 rating 1s, CR 1s. All right. So what appears... wait, where is the overall list? Nope, those are the cards. This is a fun spell, but it just is a little tough to do. And here's what I wanted. Okay. Ooh. Lots of cool things to choose from. How about an octopus? Just kidding. All right. two brown bears, I think, would be pretty cool. So out of the woods, we hear roaring. They're summoned. So they're not true actual bears, although they are magic that takes the form and the shape of bears. They look identical. If you touch them, they feel like a bear. They look like a bear. They act like a bear, even though they're magical creatures summoned from, created out of magical essence of the land. Let me grab 2 tokens. Now, did we decide where they show up? You get to say where. Within 60 feet, summon face spirits that take the form of beasts appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range.
Right here.
Okay. So let me bring up... let me go to my token sheet and grab some bears, because I know I have some. That I have set up. Brown bear. There we go. Ooh, they're nice and big, too. Cool spell. All right, you get 2 of them. You can tell they take up 4 squares. Where do you want the other one? Can't be in another square. It has to be unoccupied square. So there's one of them.
But just above it.
Okay. To keep it simple, we will have them take their turn on your initiative order. Unless,
okay.
Let's go back to the spell. It does it say anything about initiative order? Some creatures are friendly to you. Oh no, you roll initiative for the creature as a group. It has its own turn. They obey any verbal command that you issue to them, so you've got to give them a verbal command. If you don't issue a command to them, they just defend themselves. And then I have the statistics for the creatures. So you get to roll. You get to select their token, but let me make it so that you can move them around.
Okay.
So name represents...
Please roll anything above a 13.
Let's do non-generic brown bear controlled by Edrim mini paws. Okay, Edrim mini paws. Here we go. There's one of them. And the next one. Brown bear, generic, and Edrim. Okay. You should be able to click on one of them now, and you probably need a character sheet. Oof. Let's see, brown bear for... Oh yeah, we gave you the giant elk before, didn't we? So let's switch that one, the one that you can control. So I'm going to change it to a giant bear. Give me one more second. Or a brown bear, sorry. Oh, the wonders of Roll20. Accepting drop from compendium. Is that working? Oh no. That didn't work. Hold on. Now it worked, right? Can you see the character sheet? Oh, it's probably still named Giant Elk.
Yep, that worked.
But it has the brown bear stats, so you should be able to hit initiative off that.
Okay.
And then while you're doing that, I'm going to reload real quick. Give me just a sec. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll initiative. I'm going to dump out and come right back into the... Can I do a refresh? All right, loading back in. All right, there we go. I forget that when I use my push to talk button, which is the insert key, it messes with Roll20 quite a bit. I switched it, so. All right, I think I'm loaded back in. All right, cool. So the bear rolled. It's probably at the bottom of the list once my screen finishes loading in.
It might be too late for Jarral.
What? That wouldn't be
Yeah.
good.
No, Jarral's not doing too good.
So 16 goes into the turn order. So that's going to be a little bit above. So normally above Edrim. And then the only other thing we need to know, can they take an action when they appear? Wow, if you get a 5th level spell, you can do twice as many. That's nice. It doesn't say, so I'm thinking it's going to be when their initiative rolls around.
Okay.
So you cast. You still would have movement or bonus action at this point. Get this fixed and out of the way. There we go.
I'm probably going to hold my ground here, but that embankment that I'm right on top of, how far down is that if I were to just step out of melee range?
It would just be difficult terrain, and they're about, it's about 10 feet down.
Okay. That will be my turn.
All right. So that's brown bears, Edrim, Tovi. All right. So wheels her horse around in place, begins to attack the. There's 3 people around her, so she is going to. Oh shoot! I gotta get all my character sheets back up. There's Tovi. All right. Reload. There we go. She gets to multi-attack, and she's going to use her greatsword from the back of her horse. She's going to swing on the warrior to her right that has a bow. First is the first attack. Cleaves into this warrior's hide and crappy armor, and does 12 slashing plus 5 slashing, so a total of 17. Cleaves that guy in
You
half.
are rolling good.
So that guy goes down. One of the archers goes down. She wheels and then, using the greatsword, hits that guy, nearly takes his head off, and then uses the momentum of the sword to swing back up over and hit to her left the griffin that's trying to attack her. And she is going to swing her greatsword at that. Yep. So that would be this one as her second attack. Hits. For 21.
Glad she's on our side.
No kidding.
So a big bleeding gash from the greatsword across this griffin, as she holds her ground against the assailants. You can hear her shouting and grunting in combat. That will bring us. She's not going to move. Doesn't have a bonus. Actually, wait a minute. Does have a bonus action, but no, not going to use it yet. We're going to wait. So that'll bring us to tribal warriors, which are just the archers. Archer dead. Archer moved and shot on the wrong turn. Okay, so this is the one that moves away from you, Edrim, into the trees. Now you get to make a attack of opportunity. unfortunately also ducks away, moving away, keeps his bow out, and is going to fire 2 arrows off towards Ardreth in the back.
No.
Once I bring the character sheet back up again. So arrow number 1. 13.
Does not.
Does not hit. Okay. Sails past you. One more shot. 6. Arrows are flying by, hitting the tree that you're near. You have some cover there, but these arrows are not finding any purchase. That is the scout's turn.
All right.
Or these barbarians.
So, sorry. Does that bring me up?
Yep. Ardreth is now up.
How? So from this distance, can I tell how badly Jarral seems to be doing?
Yeah, hold on. Actually, you should be able to see this. His health is there. Oh, you should be able to see bar number 2. There should be a bar above his head.
There is. There's just not much on it.
Because I'm not actively in the fight. I guess visually, can I tell he's on the edge?
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's on the edge.
Right.
He's wobbling.
I am going to cast Healing Word, which I can do from a distance. Each of these are 5 feet?
Each square, yep, should be.
Okay, so Healing Word, which should be 1d4 plus my con bonus, which is a 3.
Yeah, as long as it's within, is it a 60-foot spell, or how
It
far
is.
is it?
I just counted it. It's a 60-foot spell. Yep, I just put it in
so it's
chat,
55
so it should have showed up inside there. So I should be okay to get that. So it's a 1d4 plus 3 because that's my spellcasting ability modifier.
Sure, sounds right.
Jarral, roll for yourself because I just would feel bad rolling this one. At least if you get a 1, I'm okay with it. If I roll it with a 1, I don't feel good. Although with your rolling ability so far...
Man. I'll take it.
Oh, maybe I should have rolled it. Oh well.
He could barely lift his fingers to roll the die.
Yeah, I guess I should have rolled it, evidently. So sorry. I had to just see. But that should give you 4 points back.
Okay, thank you.
And then what I'll also do... I've only used one of my bardic, or 2 of my bardic inspirations, correct?
So let's go over that again. So he got 5 plus your spellcasting?
4.
He got a 1d4 plus my spellcasting, so it should be a total of 4.
Oh, okay. Then what's the other 4?
Oh,
I rolled because I said you should roll for yourself, and then I rolled just to see what I would have gotten.
It was an exhibition roll.
Yeah, although it's probably rubbing it in. So I do. Can I put bardic inspiration on him again? It'll be my 3rd one.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that says you can't.
Okay, so then I'll also put bardic inspiration back onto Jarral.
All right. So bardic inspiration number 3. Oh, I gotta stop hitting that.
And that'll use up my final bardic inspiration.
Objects and tokens. That. All right. Somebody's a loud typer.
So there you go, Logan. I just use healing. All right.
All right. So you would still have movement if you want, or you can stay at the spot.
Huzzah!
Real quick on my spells. The only spell I cast last fight was Call Lightning, correct? When this fight started?
I'm not necessarily sure it was the only. I think she counted your spell slots correctly.
Okay,
so I think those are set.
So I just used another one here, which was my 1st level spell, but it's showing that a 2nd level spell had been used.
Yeah,
then
I'm sure she did.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're good then. I
Okay.
guess it is PB after all. So
Yeah. She was hyper accurate. All right. So that brings
At this point, I'm
us-
staying where I'm at. I mean, I'm close enough that if I need to use the healing spells, I can do them. And if I need to do the lightning, which I wasn't able to this turn because I used that instead.
Yeah, okay. So, Jarral, you feel the healing magic from Healing Word from your bard. You are surrounded by howling, screaming spirits and some type of shaman in front of you. Griffin, to your back, you just saw 2 brown bears pop up out of the trees and roar. You have no idea if they're about to attack you or not. Although you probably know, you've been with Edrim before, but it is your turn.
All right. Do I have to do another saving throw?
Still within... Oh, and I didn't make Edrim do it either. He's within 5 feet. Isn't that a shame? Yes, you do need to make a wisdom saving throw.
And he's going to use his inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, man. 8.
So, Edrim, you made it.
God, man. That's 2 in a row.
It's not going to be good. All right, so we're going to roll the dice.
So this is before my action, right?
Yeah, this is the start of your turn.
God.
Oh, it'll be enough to probably drop you then. We'll see. Yeah, I rolled good. 15 necrotic damage as these spirits once again rip through your body. You feel icy cold on the inside and like burning sensation on your skin. 15 necrotic damage.
Wow.
0?
Beyond 0.
Yeah. Okay. So we see Ardreth crumple. We're not quite sure from what, for those of you that are near him or around him or that have been watching, but something has made him drop and
Ardreth?
fall. I'm sorry, Jarral.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what just happened? I missed something.
And then we're going to flash for just a moment out of the scene at the top of the round here. And there's another scene that's about to happen. And we have a rider who has been following you or trying to catch up to you since Zymorvan Hall, left about a day or 2 after you guys had left, just missing you. A contact of Glavrin Bitterbow, which is going to be our new player. He's finally caught up to you just as this battle starts. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring him in at the edge of the map. I'm going to have him roll initiative, and we're just going to throw him into the battle. So, Christian, are you got your character sheet up? Are you in the game?
I am.
Awesome. Well, instead of doing crazy introductions, we're just going to throw you into the battle. Maybe just a TPK at this point. Who knows? Could be over for everybody. Maybe not. I have you at the edge of the map. You're on your horse. You are a Harper contact that has been trying to catch up to this group, and you were sent to help them. And you've just finally now, after pushing for several days and losing their trail once or twice and then finding it again, heading south, you come up upon a ridge and you see a battle ensuing. And you're pretty sure these are the warriors and adventurers that you were looking for as you come in. So you get to go ahead and click on your token on the side there, and then from your character sheet, go ahead and roll your initiative. And welcome to the game, guys. This is Christian. He's playing a mysterious person riding up on a horse. That's all you know at the moment, and we'll role play the rest out.
Welcome.
Thank you. Give me 1 second.
A couple of turns too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah, I figured I wanted
Better
to bring him
late than
in
never.
while he's getting ready. I wanted to bring him in now instead of waiting too much longer, because the other plan was to bring him in a little bit longer, but we missed a couple of sessions, and I didn't want to go a couple more weeks before he joined. So we're going to throw him into the action. So at a 19, which is great. What is your dex, Christian?
18.
18. That is going to be better than them. So yeah, you will be above the Griffins. Perfect. So this is pretty good, because as you enter, you see one of the adventurers in a dark kind of cloak that he wears crumple to the ground. You see them surrounded by griffins and bears and what appears to be barbarians that you've fought in the past, different types of tribal barbarians. And you see the heat of the battle. Now your horse has a movement of, just so you know, it's a riding horse, so I believe it's a movement of 60, but let me check it just to be sure. 60 feet. So your horse can do 60 feet while riding it, unless you have some skill as far as that allows you to fight from the back of a horse. If not, you've got to get to where you can either jump off and then fight, unless you have some skill that allows you to fight from horseback, like a paladin has, or a cavalier, or that kind of thing.
I don't have anything as far as I know of.
Yeah, so okay, so you can use the horse's movement and then jump off if you wish as your action to dismount. You're able to enter the map. You're on the edge. I'm going to move our turn order over here a second. Each square is 5 feet. There's a ruler if you want to check, how far things are. As far as what looks like a cliff here, like in this area, these are considered difficult terrain. So if you're going to go through these ones, you use 10 feet. If you stay on the green grass, each one of these is only 5 feet. So like this here's a 10 foot, this here's a 10 foot, these are 10 foot of movement to get past and such.
And you said I have 60 feet of movement to work with?
60 feet of movement to work with, yep. And then you can use your action to dismount, or you can cast or fire a bow from a horse. You just can't fight melee from a horse unless you have a skill.
Gotcha. Okay, I am going to use my movement. I'm going to go ahead and move downward, and then I'm going to move upward to the companion that I see.
Yeah, you can go ahead. So, Ardreth, you see a rider up on the ridge above you. You hear the horse coming down. You should be able to move your token, so go ahead, Christian. And then as you come around, did I give you the... Let me see if I let you move the horse. Oh, yeah, you can move the horse, too.
Thank you.
So as you come up on him and you see this bard look over his shoulder at you, go ahead and give us a description of what he sees as you ride up.
All right, sure. He sees the horse, first of all, rather large, covered in some decent armor. It isn't too exciting because he's hurt and he is kind of shocked. But he sees this rather tall, oldish, pirate-esque looking rapscallion figure kind of arrive distraught but determined.
And is he able to tell if you're what race you are?
Yes, he can clearly see I'm a human. I don't have much coverings on my face.
Good. And yeah, what kind of armament and armor can he see at a glance?
Right off the bat, he sees a chainmail. He sees a few axes hanging off my side. He sees a long rapier, and that's all he notices.
Yeah. All right. So you see Ardreth. Ardreth, you want to go ahead and give him a physical description of yourself?
So Ardreth has reddish hair, and at this point in time, he's focused pretty intently upon the battle itself. He looks kind of like he's grown up in the woods and the forest, so his clothing are more something that you usually see, not necessarily on a ranger, but it's definitely meant to blend into the terrain around him. At this point, he's got a bow slung across his back, and you also see that he's got a lute. And he's, again, concentrating on Jarral, looking ahead. Kind of takes a glance over at you, and yells, "Well, I guess you're not a barbarian, so at this point, help."
At this point, I let out a slight laugh, and I dismount off the horse, and I extend my hand to help him stand up.
Oh, you see Ardreth on a horse also.
Oh, is he? Okay, I thought he was on the ground. Just kidding. Then I would...
The one that's gone down, I'll ping it over here on the map for you, is right over here.
Gotcha. Okay. then I will offer my hand as a sign of welcome, shake-ish kind of thing.
If you're close enough to reach out and grasp it, just be well met and now to the fight.
Thank you.
All right. So you would still have bonus action. If you have any that you want to use, that would have been your movement, and then dismounting would be your action. So then, yeah, bonus action if you had it.
I do not.
Okay. All right. So just so as you kind of survey the battlefield, go ahead, Edrim, and I'll ping him also down here. Give us a physical description of what he sees with Edrim.
Edrim is about average height. He's also human. He's got a braid going down his back. Kind of a wild-looking beard. He's wearing studded leather armor. He's got a wooden shield. And at the moment, he is swinging a mace around.
Nice. And then Jarral, kind of give us an abbreviated description of your unconscious form on the ground.
Draped in a cloak. You can probably see he's kind of shocking white hair. Skin's very like a charcoal color, and can't really tell much, I guess, from where you're at.
Okay. And then the other warrior you see is a female in plate armor atop a horse fighting a griffin and another barbarian with a dead one laying at her feet. Great sword swinging and blocking as she can. The plate armor is, you recognize the armor having seen it before, of the Silvery Moon guards. So she's obviously affiliated with the Silvery Moon contingent, and she is fighting over in this area. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah. Okay, so that kind of gives you a good idea of the battleground. That would have been your turn as you came on, which was perfect for when Jarral came on. And then Griffin's turns. Now, Edrim, you would have been able to give your verbal command on your turn when you summoned your bears. So what was your verbal command to them? I don't think we heard that.
In Sylvan, I asked these spirits, this one here,
Yep.
I ask to attack this griffin.
Okay.
And this one, I will ask to attack the shaman here.
All right. All right. And perfect. So the griffin, let's start with the one near you. So the one near you is going to attempt to... Yeah, he's going to stay on you at this point. So bringing up our griffin character sheet somewhere. Possibly. NPCs. Yep. Monsters. There you are. All right. Man, the reload really messed me up. There we go. Character sheet. So, Griffin, attack number 1, the Rake of the Claws, as it still tries to get at you. 17?
That'll hit.
17 will hit, even with your shield?
Yep.
Okay. For 8 slashing damage as it rakes across you and gives you another wound. And then the beak tries to sink into you. 21 will hit. For 8 piercing damage. All right. Griffin that has just felled... Griffin near Jarral is going to attack the brown bear, get into a fight with the brown bear. So, claw number 1. 15 on the brown bear, I believe, is...
Yeah, it's armor class 11.
So, yep, armor class 11. So that's going to be 15. So it puts a gash across the flank of the brown bear and then tries to sink its beak into him. Oh, I'm rolling good. That's the problem. For 9 more piercing damage. All right. Okay. Griffin tries to rake Tovi. So claw against Tovi. 12. She dances her horse to the side and it misses. And then the beak tries to snatch at her, just like before, hits her. So the claw missed and the beak hit again for 5 piercing damage on Tovi, who has another small wound. Doesn't seem to be too major yet. She's holding her own. The last person to go then is going to be... The shaman is going to freak out because a bear is behind it and try to spear the bear. So here comes a spear. Nope, misses. Is kind of taken aback by the sudden appearance of 2 large brown bears entering the fight. But the bear will need to make a wisdom save. So on that character sheet, go ahead and give me a wisdom save. If it doesn't have a save, like a wisdom plus save, then just hit the wisdom itself and it'll roll it. For Edrim. Oh, 20. Perfect. So it'll only be affected by half of this damage. So 7 is rounded down to a 4. So 4 necrotic damage on the bear, which I will put on that one. So those come in with 34 hit points, just so you know, Edrim.
Yep.
Oh, you probably can see it. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, comes in with that. Okay. Last person to go. That was the shaman. There is a leader who's going to attack Tovi with a great axe and decides to recklessly attack her to gain advantage on this attack. Crits Tovi with the second advantage there. So for a total of 16 slashing damage.
Wow.
Rolling good for the bad guys. Could be a long night. All right.
Or a short one.
They are done. Bears get to go. So, Edrim, you can roll some attacks for these brown bears.
This will be the one on the griffin.
Yep. Uh, 10 is a miss. 8 is a miss.
Okay. And then on the shaman.
Yep, on the shaman, 10 is a miss. Oh my lord. That is horrible luck. Yeah, that is not enough.
Send those bears back.
That is not enough. Yeah, so they are distracting them. They are trying to bite them. They're trying to claw them. Each of them are dancing around, maneuvering, dodging, but none of the claws or teeth are able to land at this time. That will bring us to Edrim's turn.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level.
Okay. So 17 points of healing come back to you. That's a good roll. So that is an action. You still have movement and bonus action.
Nope, I'm going to hold my ground here.
Oh, you do need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
12 is not enough. So this will be full damage unless you're going to use your bardic inspiration to increase the 12.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Yes, only half a damage then. So 15 down to a 7. All right. Our Druid is hanging in there barely, sticking it out. Anything else?
Nope. That will be it for my turn.
All right. Tovi, angered by being hit. Once we get to the bottom of this round, we'll take our first break of the evening. We'll come back. No, we don't want to download updates. Go away. Tovi's going to attack the griffin again, as at the moment she thinks it's the biggest danger. So Tovi swings her greatsword once. Yep. For an 18, which would hit. For 17 points of damage. And she swings a second time. 14. Is that a hit? I think it is. Yeah. Yep. Griffins only have that. So not hard to hit, just tough. For another 13 slashing. The griffin has let out a roar, a screech. It is very wounded at this point, near death. And the tribal warrior, all right, looks panicked seeing this griffin taking so much damage. And that is Tovi's turn. All right, tribal warriors who have not done so well thus far. There's only 2 of them left. Fire their arrows once again at the bard, who they've see is casting spells in the back. They're not quite sure of the newcomer, but they're going to try to hit the spellcaster. So arrow shot number 1. Now you do have partial coverage sitting right there at that tree, so I'm going to give you a +2 to AC, Ardreth, just so you know. But I'm sure the 21 probably hits, so 3 piercing damage. Arrow number 2, also a 23, so 7 piercing damage. Third arrow misses. Fourth arrow misses. So 2 hit, 2 miss. Arrows fly 2 thunk into the tree. 2 hit Ardreth. Christian, you see him take 2 arrows. And then, Ardreth, you're going to have to make a
Can you
saving
give one of us
throw.
control? Ardreth lost his connection.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Actually, why don't you give me control since I'm not doing anything?
Well, I got him. Hold on a sec. So
Okay.
there's his hit points. So that's just -12. 7 and 3. So it's only 10. Okay, -10. I got him. And then his saving throw. We'll grab that. I assume he's coming right back, right?
He's trying. I think he's got an internet outage.
Ooh. Yeah, if he doesn't come back, we'll let you guys control him here. But let's see, is PB around? We can bring her back in. Let's go to his core page a second, and he needs to make a con save to keep his so he keeps his thunderstorm up, which I know is a concentration spell. All right, so he's able to keep that up. I'll put this over here in case we need it. They are done. That is turn. Oh, of course, Ardreth is up. Let's see what he has for healing here. Fear, Bardic Inspiration. He still has slots remaining. He still has second level Healing Word. If he uses it at a higher level. So we'll use it at a second level Healing Word, and we're going to try to bring up Ardreth, or I'm sorry, Jarral. So it's 1d4. Let's just cast it. There we go. All right. So
You want me to roll?
he's
the
doing
D4?
it second level, so it's 1d4, and at second level higher, you get another d4, so it's going to be 2d4. You can roll them both if you want. 2d4, and then we add his casting modifier, which is a 3.
Oh, my lord.
So 5 plus 3 is 8. So you get 8. You are prone but conscious on the ground. And then I will say he used his second level spell. Remaining is 0. He's used his second level spell slots. All right. He's going to stay where he's at, because that's kind of what his plan had been. Bonus action, I think he's used his Bardic Inspirations. So he is going to be done. Hopefully he joins back pretty quick. Which brings us, that's the last part of the round. It'll bring us to the top of the round with Jarral. But what we'll do is we're going to take our first 5-minute break so everybody can use the restroom, get a new drink or so, and then we will come back and we will finish this epic battle. And we'll start at the top of the turn order with our monk. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. All right. Here we are back. Did we get Ardreth back?
No, not yet. It looks like his internet is completely out. He's got cable out, internet out, everything out.
Is he just on Discord, like through his phone or something?
Yeah. He was trying to find the Roll20 app for it, but I don't think they have one for phones.
All right. Let me see. Hey, I see Graybeard's here. Where's PB? PB.
She's in Discord, but I'm not sure she's in Twitch.
Come play a bard for us. All right. While that's happening, hopefully we'll get our bard back here quickly. We start the round off. Jarral, you are prone. To get up, you need to use half of your movement. And you are correct. We do need to see a saving throw. I did not think this thing would last that long. Nailed it. Half damage. Now if I just roll low. Not too high. 11 necrotic.
Well, half that.
God.
But it's halved, yeah, so it's down to a 5.
It's 5 minus 5. All right, he's still not doing too good, but with so he felt the healing, the wave of a little relief coming over him, which gave him a little bit more focus on what is happening to him, and he is going to take his action to use Wholeness of Body, which is a monastic talent. At 6th level, you gain the ability to heal yourself. As an action, you regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level. You must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. So he just kind of he's prone, he's kind of on his knees, and he's just taking a deep breath and just focusing his inner chi and just using his energy to heal himself for 18.
Okay.
He feels much better, and he cannot use a bonus action, I don't think, to stand, right?
No, it's part of your movement, so you don't use an
Right.
action or anything. You use your movement.
So that is.
So you use half
that
to
is
stand up,
turn.
and then okay.
I don't think you can do anything else.
Are you standing though?
Actually, can I attack from prone?
You can. Anybody that tries to attack you will have advantage in melee distance. They have disadvantage if they try to shoot you with ranged weapons.
All right, so I am. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can really do. I mean, any of the movements that I can take, like disengage or something, would assume that I'm standing. So I don't think there's anything I can do. Anything else is really, the wording is after an attack action, so I can't. There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you could. There's nothing that says you can't pretend to still be unconscious at this point. What is the ability for you to regain the health points though? What does that look like physically when that's happening?
So he's on his knees and he's focusing, as I say, his inner chi, and he just kind of takes a deep breath.
All right, yeah, makes sense.
That's pretty much it. He's staying on his knees.
Yeah, I won't. They'll have a chance to notice, but not. You haven't done anything that draws too much attention, so. All right, we'll see what happens. All done then. We're moving on to Christian.
Yeah,
so Christian, our new rider, has rode up, dismounted. You were up.
Since I wasn't really here,
Mhm.
I am going to remount the horse, actually, my trusty steed.
It's okay if you did that thinking Ardreth was on the ground was the only reason you dismounted.
Yeah,
we can
that
say,
was-
yeah, that's fine.
okay.
You're still on the horse then.
Okay. And I'm just gonna charge forward. I believe that I could. You said that the rocks were 10 feet.
Yep.
So I am going to just basically move forward, about 40 feet to the tree.
Yeah.
Right over there, and then I believe another 10 feet to this here cliff hanging. I don't know if you can see me marking that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can go ahead and start moving.
Okay, cool. And then once I get to this point, I will dismount my trusty steed.
All right. Yeah. So you can go ahead and pick a spot around the horse where you'd like to be off the horse. All right. You still have your movement at this point too as a person. So if you're human, you've got 30 feet that you can use.
I'm going to use that to scale up to the first griffin here.
Yeah. So go ahead. Show me where you're going to try to end up at. So you're going to use 10 feet to get up the cliff. Okay, and then you're going to try to go around to the griffin. Yeah.
Yeah, about right there.
So give me a athletics check. This is to see how well you're scrabbling up this little 10-foot difficult terrain. Easily passing it. You don't lose any extra movement doing it. So you have the 10 to go up the... So that would put you here just using 10, and then from there you can use the rest of your movement as you wish.
Okay, cool.
So you still have
I'm just
20
going to move
feet.
up to right there, and that will
Okay.
be the end of my movement.
All right, so movement, action, bonus action? Nothing you need or want to use yet? Or you can also you can use your free interaction to pull weapons if they weren't out. You know, like you have one free
All right,
interaction.
we'll say
to
that
draw
I will.
something.
I'll pull out my rapier.
Okay, perfect. Sweet. Diving into the battle, dashes across the field, runs up on the griffin. And the one you're looking at, this griffin's really hurt. It's definitely been huge greatsword shot gashes are all along the sides of it. And it does not look good. So Mr. Griffin is going to disengage so that Tovi nor Christian's character gets attacks of opportunity, and it's going to use its movement and fly up and into the clouds. So I'm going to put just like
Chicken.
because it is super hurt and it's getting out of dodge. So it can move 80 feet. So it is currently 80 feet in the air, and we'll say to do that it moved just a tiny bit. So we'll say it's 70 feet up, but it's about there. It almost tries to go straight up and out of the way as much as it can. It is hurt, wounded, and leaving the battle. The rider is going to try to attack Tovi, who's in front of her. He's going to use his recklessness again and attack once more with his great axe. 18 will hit Tovi for 6. So she takes a small wound through her plate mail armor. That is his turn there. And the only other person would get to go is Mr. Griffin against the top bear is going to claw. 14 on your bear, Edrim. Is that a hit?
Yep.
All right. So 14 slashing. I'll remove. Ooh, that's enough to make that one dissipate into magical essence. And it will then try to bite the other bear. Oh my god, crit. This could be bad. Oh, no, I roll super low. 14. So it's still up. It's able to withstand that. Nice. Second brown bear still going. Strong. Well, not strong, but has a wound in it. That griffin is done. Griffin near Edrim. He's going to attack Edrim again. Yeah, because I did a claw and a beak, so we get one more claw at Edrim. Ooh, 24 for the attack. That should hit your armor class.
Yep.
11 slashing. And if you're still up, he's going to try to do the beak. A bite for 16.
Yep.
Oh, boy. For 6 piercing damage.
It's just enough.
All right, so we see our druid crumpled to the ground. And at that point, you don't have to worry about necrotic. You are on the ground. It's not your turn. So yeah, you wouldn't have to make that roll. All right. Oh, the rider. The rider is going to fight the bear. That's right. Is terrified of the brown bear. Tries to spear. 13.
That hits.
All right, so that hits the bear for 3 piercing, but the bear is still up. I'm going to move this one out of the way a second so I can see this better. So it's absorbing some of the damage, doing what it should. And then that bear also needs to make a wisdom save.
Was that the end of the griffin's turn?
Oh, you're right. It's during their turn. During the bear's turn. Sorry. Yes, that is the end.
Next anyway.
Yep, that's the end.
Okay.
And yep, now we're moving to the brown bears. So nails it. Rolls a crit on it. I'm going to say takes no damage at all. You roll a 20 on a save like that, I'm not even going to have the damage. So you're fine. The spirits are not bothering this brown bear that you've summoned. It's been told to attack the shaman, so it's going to keep doing that. Go ahead, attack the shaman. 5 does not, and 18 does hit. So you can go ahead and roll some damage. 9 slashing damage. So now here's the trick. He took damage. So for that spell to stay going, has to make a con save. Misses it. The spectral guardians dissipate and disappear and no longer are floating about this shaman. All right. That was really good for you guys. Anything... the bear can move, but you probably don't want it to.
Yeah, he's going to stay there and keep going after the shaman.
All right, so it brings us around to Edrim's turn, lying unconscious on the ground. Unfortunately, that means we're going to need a death save.
Yep.
Oh, did Edrim make it back, or is he just in Discord? I see him over there.
So that's Constitution, right?
For a death save?
Yes.
Yeah. I think from your character sheet you can roll.
Yeah, you could just push.
Yeah,
death
you just
save.
click on death saves.
Yeah. So we're going to have PB be the hands of our bard for us, unless he can get back in.
Ooh, made it.
Made it. So 1 success. You can mark down 1 success. All right. That brings us to Tovi, who lashes out at the barbarian in front of her, swinging her greatsword maniacally. First one, she gets advantage. Oh, I probably should have rolled advantage. Doesn't need it. Makes a hit. for 18 points of damage. And then the second one, we're going to roll this at advantage. There we go. Yep, rolls to hit for 18 more damage. Oh, I forget. She actually makes 3 of these attacks. Yeah, she's wrecking it. 18 more points of damage. This guy's hurting. He takes 3 tremendous greatsword shots, bleeding quite profusely, barely standing, barely keeping his footing from the onslaught of Tovi, the Silvery Moon Guard. She's going to stay in the battle. And she is done. Brings us to the tribal warriors. Only 2 are left, which are the archers at the bottom. Let's see. So we have... Really, all we have is shooting at Ardreth. So 4 more arrows at Ardreth, who has partial cover. So you have a +2 to your AC. Ardreth, also PB or Ardreth, if he can hear us all at the same time, whoever's our double-headed player bard at the moment. Our first one, arrow number 1, shoots out for a 10, misses. Arrow flies past Ardreth. Second arrow, 18. I'm thinking that hits for 9 piercing damage. Third arrow, 16.
Yeah.
Okay, for 5 piercing. Final arrow, a 19 for 10. So a total of 24 piercing damages. 3 more arrows appear in your armor and in your torso and arm and shoulder. The tree is not affording you very much cover. You need to make a Constitution saving throw to keep up your concentration spell.
Why did you word that like a question? Like I know if there's a concentration spell up right now.
Because you're the one that cast it the last time we played.
Oh, call lightning still up.
Yeah.
What is it? Constitution saving throw.
I think it's con save. Yeah. I think it's a con save
It's
versus your
for-
spell DC, right?
1, 2, 3. No, it has to be a 10. At least, right? Something like that.
That's a death saves 10. I'll look it up again. Hold on. I thought it was
That saves 10, yeah.
concentration.
There's like a thing. This is why I'm not a spellcaster.
Yes. Taking damage. Whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher.
Okay, so that's I took 2. Okay, so I have to beat a 9. Where is it? Con save. Okay, that's fine. Next one, that's fine, and that's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, although... Oh, yeah, do you have to make them every time you take damage? If you take damage from multiple sources, such as an arrow or dragon breath, you make a separate saving throw for each. I did not know that. I learned something
Can you
every
roll
day.
for me?
I knew that.
Well, stop bragging. All right, you're a beast. You kept it up, kept it going. They're done. They're not moving. Ardreth is up.
There's a lot of things on this field that I don't recognize. So I'm just gonna go one by one, and you just tell me if they're good or they're bad or they're Edrim. All
Okay,
right. So this one up here, this is Tova, right?
Tovi on the horse, correct.
Friend. This is friend.
You believe so. Just entered the battle. Brand new face. Does not look like a barbarian.
This is foe.
That is a bear that you're pretty sure your druid has summoned. You've seen him do something similar before.
Okay. Friend.
Edrim.
Edrim. Wow, much more attractive than the last time I saw him.
Yeah, unconscious on the ground, crumpled in a heap,
Still
Right.
looking good though.
looking good on the ground.
You know, this is a rough situation because your healer is about to go down. So I'm gonna have to be a little just a little selfish here. And I'm gonna try and take out these archers
Okay.
with call lightning.
Yeah, bring down the rain.
Because if I don't, I will absolutely go down next turn. And in this case, at least I can give my friends a fighting chance. Oh yeah, the horse is gone. What is this? Is this a third 1d10? No, how many do I do? 60-foot radius, 10-foot, blah blah blah. 3d10. All right, 3d10. Roll 3d10. Oh no.
And that's anybody
Oh,
within
okay,
5
there we go.
feet of where you tell it to land, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, so if it's 5 feet, yeah. So it'll be right there.
Yeah.
And
Feel
get
free to hit
all of this.
the text again if you want to put it back in chat again.
Oh yeah, sure. Boop.
Perfect. That way people can see. Yeah.
And still no storm, right? Still clear skies.
No, you brought this storm upon yourself. It's a storm, but it's one you conjured, not an additional one.
Damn it. All right, 3d10. Here we go. Oh, good.
Oh my
You know,
god.
Look how to give out some time.
All
That's
right.
actually pretty good. That's actually pretty average.
They get a dex save. So warrior number 1. Here's his dex save. He doesn't have any extra, so it's just a dex. An 11. Second one.
It has a 14.
Okay. 1 miss, 1 makes it. And then
That's just half.
Griffin. Doesn't have a separate dex save, so
Hey. I made
Misses.
3 con saves. Calm
yeah,
down.
nailed it. All right, so first one takes full damage, 12. Ooh. Blackened hair, smell of burning flesh, nearly knocks him down. Second dude here only takes half of that damage, so it takes a 6. Only takes a glancing shot of lightning. Griffin takes a full shot of lightning. Hasn't been hurt yet, but that crashes down into it and definitely freaks it out as lightning booms out of the sky and crashes into the battlefield. All right, anything else from Ardreth?
You gotta let me know. As someone who uses a bow and has seen Ian do a bow and other people do a bow and has just lived a while, can I tell what kind of bow these guys are using?
Yeah, they have longbows.
Longbows. All right. So what you're saying is I'm fucked either way.
If you were going to try to run to get further, is that what you were going to try to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
On the map, you're going to get partial coverage by any of the trees. Could you break line of sight? Probably not. They're high enough. I mean, if you run off the map, it's still going to be, you can find something that would give you +2 to your AC more than likely.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to.
But they have the range.
Let's see. I need to look at one thing.
I mean,
Let's see. Prone creatures only move as a crawl, stand up. The creature has attack roll, has 5 feet, otherwise. Okay. What he is going to do is he is going to shimmy his way to this side of the he's gonna go there and then he's gonna drop prone.
Nice. Nice. There you go. You figured it out. Nicely done. They will have disadvantage shooting at you while prone. All right.
And then partial cover.
Yeah. Yep. Disadvantage and the partial cover. Nice.
All right, and that is my turn.
Brings us around to Jarral. Still prone at this point. No more spirits drifting around.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have been dissipated.
Oh. That's good. So I am going to stand.
Okay, that's half of half your movement. Still have half
and I
of
can't
it.
really do anything else as far as attacks go, so I am just going to use key point, step of the wind. So I'm going to disengage. I'm sorry, not disengage. Patient defense. I'm gonna spend a key point to take dodge action as a bonus.
Oh, okay. So yeah, anything that tries to attack you will get disadvantage.
Yep.
So that's your bonus action. Standing up was half your movement. What was your action?
Oh, I thought standing up was an action.
Nope, that's just part of your movement.
Oh, all right. Well then, ignore the bonus then. I'm going to attack that stupid shaman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shaman's still and kind of a little bit of trying to keep an eye on you, but also fighting off the brown bear. 14 will hit. Yep, 14 will hit.
Very good.
14 total. Still standing, but wobbling.
Really?
Yep, reeling, but not down.
All right. Do I have a sense that the spirit stuff might come back?
Not one way or the other. No,
Okay.
you don't know.
I had to ask.
You were
Okay,
probably
then.
afraid that if it does.
Yeah, I'm going to. Do I?
You do have a
Does he
giant griffin right behind you also.
Yeah. Does he look like he's in distress?
The griffin?
No, the shaman.
The shaman looks pretty far off. Looks near death. Has taken many wounds at this point. Griffins seem pretty whole.
And Edrim. He's down, right?
Yep.
Or is he? Yeah.
Currently lying unconscious.
I'm gonna I have to take care of at least one of these things. There's too many things going on here, so I'm gonna just try and take out the shaman with a flurry of blows.
Okay.
Spend another key point, and that's another 2 unarmed.
Yeah, 1822 would strike. And enough to down our shaman. Oh, where's the thing?
Perfect.
So we see the shaman crumple in its hide and bone armor to the ground, dead.
All right.
All right. Any other actions?
No, there's that's my action and bonus. So.
All right, moving on to Christian's mysterious character who's entered the battle.
Is this griffin here? Oh,
Still on the ground. Yep, the one below you.
okay, yeah, that one is okay.
Yep.
I'm going to move over to it into melee range.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I'm going to attack it.
Nice. So with rapier out, attempting, it kind of bounces away from you as you spook it as you come up from behind, and it does a half turn to try to keep you and the bear in its vision. It dodges out of the way of your first rapier attack. Do you have multi-attack?
I have
that?
an extra attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to roll another one. Rapier shot number 2. Definitely hits.
Sweet.
So 6 piercing damage as you draw blood. Nicely done. All right, so you should still have some movement and possible bonus action, if anything.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So jumping into the fight, drawing blood upon the griffin, drawing its attention as much as you can. Griffin's turn. So it has a bear it's been fighting. It has a new opponent who's come up and actually damaged it. I'm pretty sure it's going to ignore Jarral at this point. So it turns and yeah, it's going to try to attack the thing that just attacked it. So as a rapier has wounded its flank, it turns and tries to claw you. But misses. And then tries to bite you with its beak. 16, but I think that's a miss because of your chainmail, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, but we see the beak clamp onto your chainmail, but it doesn't break through, and you, even though you feel the pressure, you feel that your armor has kept you from taking any wound as it rears back, having not done any damage to you. And that is that Griffin's turn. Griffin is going to move and attack Mr. Brown Bear. For a claw attack. Ooh, misses with the claws. The bear rears back, tries to bite it with the beak. Oh, 2 rolls where I see, there it is. I start high and I roll low at the end. That's how it always goes. Griffin is not able to damage the brown bear. That brings us to the brown bears. So Edrim, your brown bear, is still there. It has no verbal command at this point, so it would try to defend itself. So the griffin that just attacked it would be the one that it would try to go after. So you can roll attacks against that griffin. 1 is not enough. 15, I believe, is enough. Yep, 15 is a hit. Ooh, 15 slashing. Nice. That's a really good hit. 15. It's got some more damage and wounds to it. All right. Any movement? Staying there? Oh, it would stay there. Yeah, it would stay there. Edrim, you've made 1 successful death save, unconscious upon the ground. Rolls a 2. That is 1 fail. 1 save, 1 fail. 1 number away from 2 fails. That was close.
Ooh, man.
That was very close. 1 save, 1 fail. Moving to Tovi. She is going to continue. Oh, and the griffin that was in the air flies even higher, this one. So goes another 80 feet to the point that you can't see them anymore. And basically will disappear. So we'll just do this. Off the map. Tovi. Oh, I did the griffins and I didn't do the attack from. So let me do this attack against Tovi. I forgot 1 attack. The barbarian leader makes an attack against Tovi with a great axe. Rolling an 18 is what he needed, so she takes another 14 points of slashing damage. Chipping her armor, cracking through plates, more blood coming out. That's his, and then now we're caught back up on the turn correctly. She great swords him for 1 shot, swings it at him. 14 is a miss. Great swords again, swings with a backswing, crushes him. Oh, for 7 slashing, maybe doesn't crush him. 7. He stumbles a little bit, and then she tries for one more hit with a thrust. 16 is enough. Oh, I'm rolling advantage, but I probably shouldn't be. 16 is enough. 16 more slash. Barbarian leader goes down with a thrust from the greatsword through his chest. He is done. Tovi will wheel the horse around for movement and also come up next to Christian's character in range to fight this griffin here. And that will be her turn. She is done. Tribal warriors. Oof. They see what you did, Bard. They see you struck with lightning in the back, casting spells, obviously. The battle looks like it's going poorly. They're going to fire their arrows at disadvantage. You still have cover. So let's move this to disadvantage. Longbow number 1. 17.
Yes.
3 piercing damage.
It's +2, right?
+2 for partial. Yep.
Yeah, so 16.
All right. So 3 piercing. Miss. Miss. Arrow hits the ground. 13. Hits the ground. 3 more arrows appear in the ground around you, only one of them giving you a scratch. And that is their turn. They are not going to do anything else. Ardreth survived another volley from these barbarians with longbows. Your turn.
Well, I'm going to cast Healing Word on what's his face?
What's his
Edrim.
face?
There we go.
He's already down and bloody.
Let's see, what does that say?
Get no respect.
Have you guys did something at 2nd level, so one of those is gone.
Yeah, Healing Word. It's only verbal, so no problem with casting that from prone position, so that's fine. 60 feet. Should be well within range, I believe. I think it was 55 when we looked before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right at the edge. Well, she moved a little bit, but yeah, it's still right there. You're good.
Mm-hmm. I know. And
I know.
the healing increases. There we go. For 3.
Edrim, you feel 3 hit points stream through your body as a little bit of your wound heals up. Some of the blood starts to pump through your veins and your heart once again, stronger than before. Your eyes kind of flutter open and you're prone on the ground.
Okay.
Brings us around to the top of the round. Jumping back into it. Jarral, you were up.
All right, Jarl's going to attack the griffin above him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me half a second before we move on to his. How large is the opening of the bag of holding?
What are you going to try to fit into it?
You can't fit the horse in there.
The horse isn't here. Part of Edrim. I mean, part of Ardreth.
Part of Ardreth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that would work. Oh, my lord. Maybe if somebody were holding it and opened it and then you were trying to get into it halfway, possibly. But I don't think you can hold the bag and try to hold it around yourself.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'll give you the idea. You know when a bag of potatoes falls over and is just spilled on the ground?
Yep.
Sort of like that. With the other side of the bag of potatoes facing the bad guys.
Yeah, I think the bag. This is a great, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you inspiration just for the thinking of the idea. But I think when you put something in the bag, it's like placing something in it, and you go all the way in. Like it's like, because it's magical, it's not like a physical space. It's more like a teleporter at the front of it. So, and you put it in, and it, just like when something wants to get pulled out, it immediately comes to your hand without having to search around. It's not like your arm reaches in and searches around for anything. So I'm going to say, no, you can't put half of your body in the bag, but I will give you inspiration for trying a very interesting idea.
Okay, and the second one is when you hit the, just a reminder for when we go over the next time, for when an attack hits me, don't roll the damage right away.
Okay.
Because there's one thing I can do to try and mitigate that. So,
Gotcha.
all right. Proceed on. Sorry.
Crazy.
I have 3 hit points, guys, so you
I'll
know,
roll damage if
gotta
I
be
want.
creative.
All right, Jarral, you're up.
All right. So he's attacking the griffin.
Okay.
11 and 22.
11 miss, 22 hit.
5.
5 bludgeoning damage. The one to the north. Got it.
Do I have an idea of how hurt that bird is?
Definitely has some wounds, but definitely looks like it's going to be attacking back, and it definitely looks like it can still fight.
All right, then he's going to use single unarmed for his bonus. 25. For another 8.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Minus.
I will remind Colonel that he has the mobile feat, in which you can hit someone and get out without them attacking you back. Just throwing that one out there. If you would like
It says
to
when
go...
using dash, so mobile feat is when using dash, difficult terrain costs no extra movement. Do not provoke. Oh, I even have that on my thing here.
We're going to do a session where PB plays all the characters.
Yeah, no kidding. We just need you to attend every session
Because she's on
as a
board.
resource.
You shout that
Just-
across the field. Is that, give us the Ardreth shout. Role play that out. Ardreth telling Jarral.
I'll be like,
You can run.
you can run. You are dexterous enough, Drow, to beat the beast and run towards the archers who are killing me. Just a suggestion.
There
Just
you
a
go.
suggestion.
Well, that's why I was asking if the bird looked like it was hurt. If it was like within one shot or something, then I would have taken off toward the guy that's down below. But if the bird was still healthy,
Nothing's stopping you from doing that. I'm trying to do Ardreth a favor here.
That's right.
Because y'all are hella far away.
Because he's
from me.
died once before.
You know what?
We know
You know
he's
what?
not coming back a second time.
so yeah, okay, I got you. I've already taken my bonus action. Like even if I ran down there, I couldn't do anything.
You still have
You
movement.
know what? I would take it. I would take the attacks away. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run down there because he's healed me twice, and that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jarl's gonna run down to engage those two guys
All right.
as his movement.
And good thing you didn't know, because I would have rolled attacks thinking they had a opportunity on you, but good.
I
good thing
didn't.
knowing.
You know, I didn't know either. I was actually gonna use Step of the Wind to disengage.
Yeah.
To do that on the next turn, but that's
All right, Christian, mysterious human who's joined the battle. You are up.
All right. I am actually going to attack the griffin, but I'm
Okay.
going to take my action surge and use or attempt to do 3 attacks.
Sweet. So 3 attack attempts. Fire away. Rapier hits. Rapier hits. Rapier hits. 3 quick slashes. Roll that damage. Ooh, lots of good damage. 26 total. Oh, nice. Describe exactly how you destroy this griffin.
So you watch as I lift up my sword for 3 quick strikes, and on the 3rd strike, I actually bring it down into its skull, and I pierce its skull, and the bottom of my rapier comes out the bottom of its neck. And you can just hear it screech for a moment, and then it goes silent.
Nice. All right. So
Then I'm
you've
gonna say-
used... Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, go. I was just going to say I'm going to throw a pithy one-liner in there, something along the lines of, "Take that, you rapscallion."
All right. So you probably still have movement. Is action surge a bonus action to use? Just so we know.
It is not a bonus action.
It's just a regular thing you can do. So you would still have a bonus action if there's something you want to do. Then, if that's, and then movement if you wish.
How's the other griffin looking?
Let's see. Yeah, again, several wounds. Coming from, bleeding from several wounds. Still fighting pretty strong thus far. Looks like it's definitely going to be able to attack back. Still dangerous at this point.
Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of movement, and I'm going to move just right over there.
Okay.
And
Alright.
that'll end my turn.
Griffin's turn. Yeah, it's still doing pretty good though. So yeah, it's gonna attack the bear. I don't think it would do anything else quite yet. So claw against the bear. 18 should hit for 13 slashing damage.
I think
Which,
that might be enough.
yep, that's it. So conjured bear dissipates into magical energy once again. In fact, there's not even a corpse for these. They go away as their magical energy rejoins the nature around trees and the ground and the grass and the bushes and such. So the griffin then looks, bounds over towards our swashbuckler and tries for a final beak attack. No, but misses completely as you deftly step aside. And you hear the clack of the beak of the bird as it misses, and it screeches at you, seeing its dead and wounded clutchmate on the ground. But that is the griffin's turn. That would also be... Nope. Shaman is down. Guardian is down. No, they're all down. That brings us to Edrim, lying prone on the ground, staring at the sky. You see flashes of lightning in the clouds above.
I sit up to take a look around. I'm a little bit disoriented and not feeling too well. So I am going to do a second level cure wounds.
All right. Hey, PB, did you roll a con check on that last one? I don't know if we did or not.
No, I was gonna do it on my turn.
On your turn?
To not
Yeah, that's fine.
interrupt. It's you guys.
So 12 more points of healing. You want to give us a visual of what that looks like, Edrim?
There's just a little bit of an ethereal green glow that appears for a second around him. and then that dissipates kind of the same way that those bears did a few minutes ago.
Cool. All right. So that's your action. You have movement or bonus action at this point.
He will stand up and take a look around, but that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. So he's on his feet, surveying the battlefield. Tovi is up. She's going to wheel around. I think I can group these, right? Where is it? Advanced group. There we go. Charges up. Actually is here. Looks over to our swashbuckler character, and you hear her say to you, do you got this? If I run south, or do you need help? And you see her holding her greatsword high.
I respond with, "This is an easy job for an old man."
All right.
And I beckon her to head to where she wishes to go.
Yeah, so she comes down, and she's going to attack these longbow barbarians at the bottom. She races up. So greatsword swings. Actually, she's going to she's got plenty of movement. It's going to come around and wheel around on them, cutting off their escape. Greatsword slashing out as she goes. You can see that her greatsword has a ton of blood already on it. Swings for the first one on the outside left. Hits. Oh, I should turn off advantage at this point. Just normal, but a 23 would hit. Oh, cleaves him in half as she rides by. Swings the greatsword around one more time at the next opponent who's already been wounded. 16 is a hit. And lops this person's head right off his shoulders. And Jarral is sprayed with arterial blood and gore all across the front of him as this body twitches and falls to the ground. And that is her action. For her last shot, she just flicks her sword and tries to swing it in such a way that the blood flies off the sword as much as possible. And she looks pretty fierce. That is her turn. Tribal warriors dead.
Jarral just deadpans. You're welcome for the distraction.
Yeah.
Blood is dripping off of his face.
Yeah. Tribal warriors are no more, so they are not even in the turn order. Brings us to Ardreth. You are up. There is a griffin left upon the field that you can see.
First I'm going to do this. Yeah, easy.
Oh, nailing it.
I only needed to beat a 3, so or like a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the rules. It's one of those that just like goes straight over my head. I'm going to use the only thing I got, called lightning.
Yeah, hammer down. That thing
hope
lasts
for the
forever.
best.
It's like artillery.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah,
in.
10 minutes. Let's
Dex
see, so that is-
save, right?
Yep. 14.
Oh, makes it though.
3d10. Half of 13.
Yep. All right. So that's going to put us at a 6 or 7. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And I assume you put it in such a way that it wouldn't hit the other dude or Edrim,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was within 60 feet, right?
It's call lightning. It's not. It doesn't come from me. I threw it in the middle of the field, and it goes from there. Here, I'll throw it down for you. It's 10. A storm cloud appears, shaped
Oh,
cylinder,
yeah, it's a
10, 6 foot.
cylinder. Yeah.
Centered
with
on a point
60
you can see
footer.
within 100 point.
All right, so yeah,
Okay,
if it was in the
awesome.
center, yeah, so 60 would be those outside corners, or
Yeah.
it looks like it's still good. Okay, good.
Yeah. We decided it was like basically the whole thing. It
yeah.
was so ridiculous. And yeah. So,
All right.
yeah. That is my turn.
No movement, no bonus action.
Don't have any of those. That would help me.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round. Jarral, soaking in blood, 2 dead corpses standing in front of you. Tovey still upon her armored horse. It is your turn.
All right. So Jarl's gonna turn around and survey what's back the way he came. He's going to run up to the griffin, attack it.
Yeah. Swing away. 2 misses.
Man. All right. He's going to. Crap. Gotta be kidding me. I'm going to spend a key point. Is how what's the disposition of that stupid bird? Is it hurting?
Yeah, it's got several wounds on it.
right,
It's
so
got a
it's
lightning
not-
strike to it. It's been hurt.
All right, I'm going to spend a key. With flurry of blows, I'm going to make 2 unarmed strikes against it.
Yeah, one of them hits.
All right, so one of them hits.
All right.
And what does that do? Still alive?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to spend my final key point and attempt a stunning strike. So when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point to attempt a stunning strike. Target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of my next turn. So they're going to need to roll a 13 Constitution save.
Okay. Yep, here we go. Nope. 7.
All right, so that bird is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay, conditions. Let's see what that actually means.
I don't
There
think
it
they
is.
can do anything.
Stunned creature can't move. Can only speak falteringly, but doesn't have a language, so can't do that. Will fail strength and dex saving throws. And yeah, things trying to hit it will get advantage.
That's the first time that's worked for me. Sweet. That's my turn.
All right. Brings us to our swashbuckler.
All right, I am going to swing twice at the griffin.
Okay. So using your action to multi-attack. Yeah, 2 hits. Ooh, 23
It would've hit anyway.
total. Yes, enough to once again describe how you take down a second griffin.
This one I do in the opposite form. I go from underneath it and I stab my rapier into its neck, and you see the top of it appear on the top of its head, and then I quickly recede it, and it just squirts blood all over the ground and collapses.
Nice. Though many of the combatants have fallen, blood is everywhere. You can see corpses. This lightning still crackles up in the storm above. But we are now out of turn order. So we can remove all of that. And you guys are at the end of battle. All right. So now you may act freely. What would the players like to do?
I am going to commence with some more healing spells.
No. Don't. Don't. Not yet. Don't. Ardreth from his place is going to be like, so, not doing great over here. I'm feeling a little tapped. So how about we just like, I'm saying like as if I'm Ardreth. How about we just take a moment or two to just, regain our breath. I'll play a couple of tunes and just, heal. I know a few of you were down. Even you, fellow, I don't know who you are, but I mean, feel free. If you have any ale, go ahead. And Ardreth's gonna like whistle back to try and get the horse back. I'm sure it's only been like, 34 turns since that happened?
Only
Sure.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, it seems like an hour, though not that much time has passed. It's probably only been, I bet we went through 7, maybe 8 rounds.
Yeah, so he's gonna whistle, get the horse's attention, and just like click at it to come back. And Ardreth's just gonna like chill over here, like just plop down and just start plucking. And he's gonna do a song of rest. Is what he's going to do.
Jarl's gonna look around and just kind of count the birds and say, "Wasn't there 4? Was there? We killed 3 here, right?
One of
Killed
them just
2.
flew
One of
away.
them
2.
flew away.
Wasn't there 3?
Flew away, scared of battle, extremely injured. Probably won't bother us immediately. Plus, we have this new fellow. I'm sure he's not evil or anything.
Greetings, friends. No, I am not evil.
Slay the party.
This is an open area. We probably should seek some sort of shelter.
You feel free. If I slip and fall, I don't think I'll be getting back up. So, just looking at you, kid. We are on the side of a mountain. Did you see any cover when we were coming up? Did we see
I
any
did
cover as
not.
we were coming up?
No, I think we were looking for sort of shelter. We were looking for that.
Yeah, it's mostly hills with sparse trees. You haven't seen anything that you would consider like, I mean, you're not in an area where there are caves, or you're not really in an area where there's structures.
By the way, as Ardreth is saying this, he is literally pulling out just an array of arrows from his body, and just like anime style, like sploosh of blood comes out with it, just like spurts out as he takes out each one. He's just like, just like, oh, that's gonna hurt tomorrow. Just like cracking them. Some of them he has to like crack in half before. That's what you're watching as he plops down on top of one of his pots just to sit down. Sort of like old man just like slides down the wall, just like oh, as he plops down.
Edrim, is there anything you can do for him?
Yes, actually, that was what he was going to do before Ardreth said, "Hey, wait, don't do anything yet."
Yes, because you get my charisma bonus on all of these, so you just get an extra 3 hit points to whatever healing thing you do, each single one. So Ardreth will just like take out his lute or whatever instrument he has and just like start plucking, a jaunty song.
Yeah, and you see Tovi, who rides over. She gathers up one of the horses, and then actually she'll probably ride and start to gather up the other horses. And it probably takes her about 5 to 10 minutes to bring the other ones back. while you guys are making camp or doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gone for about 10 minutes. What's the rest of the group doing?
Are we treating this as like a short rest or something?
Yes.
You have to tell me.
Yes. Otherwise, my Song of Rest won't work.
Okay, we do need to rest. I mean, I'm better than I was, but I need to. I need to rest. I'm just worried that we're out in the open and we could be set upon any time. Edrim
Like we
doesn't.
were.
Well, I guess Edrim now looks a little better than he did.
And Edrim, Ardreth will say something quippy, as he usually does, and be like we weren't before. Went great for us before. So looking for shelter. Takes out another arrow, casual.
Okay, then Jarral will. I mean, I don't think we really have. Does it look like? So the area that we're in, can we kind of see what's around us from where we're at, or do we need to kind of fan out to kind of get a better look in the distance?
It's hills, so I mean you can only see as far as wherever the next hill humps up, or
So
even
there's
if
no
you get to the
advantage.
top of this hill, it's nothing. You get the normal sight line. You do see depending on how long you guys stay here, will depend on what you guys end up seeing.
Just looking something up here.
So, Jarral, you've got 18 hit points back,
Oh,
and Ardreth got another 9.
all right. So Jarral's pretty much back to full
Thank
health.
you.
Thank you. So, Jarl's just kind of, I guess, sit around with around where Ardreth is. While he's doing that, he's going to loot the bodies or try to see what they've got on them, because he doesn't know when we're gonna be back. Maybe there's something useful on them.
Yeah, so you're gonna spend time doing that, so that'll probably take 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes to grab all the stuff or search through the bodies. By that time, Tovi is back with the horses and has them hobbled next to where Ardreth is kind of hunkering down for camp. We obviously see Edrim walking around and healing everybody. What about Christian? What's your guy doing for the next 10-15 minutes?
Well, I'm kind of new, so I just kind of watch everyone to see what they kind of do after a battle and see what they're all about, because they're new to me and I'm new to them. And I'm assuming eventually they're all going to kind of congress into a small little meeting circle group area thing, and I'm just going to kind of work my way over there and help them any way I can if there's anything simple they need, such as looting or things of that nature.
Yeah, when you come over too, you see Tovi, who's gathered your horse up, kind of hands the reins back over to you, and you see that she recognizes that you guys are going to rest. She's taken the saddles off and has begun brushing the horses and taking care of them as a person who's obviously skilled in handling animals.
I give her a nod of approval.
And then Jarral is off checking some of the bodies. You search through all of them, and you kind of get a loose collection of coins. So you end up picking up about 50 gold pieces, 200 silver pieces, and 200 copper pieces just from various different ones. Their armor is made of hides and bone, with a little bit of leather here and there. Definitely of the barbarian style, with lots of accents of griffin parts or feathers, claws, or symbols, tattoos, those kinds of things on them. The shaman had a bag, but it's made up of what appears to be some type of collection of griffin bones. But you also happen to find what looks like a musical instrument, maybe like a whistle, or maybe like a pipe, or some type of flute, or you're not quite sure what it is. It definitely looks like a musical instrument.
Okay.
As far as weapons, there's several longbows. There is a short bow. There are plenty of great axes and a 6-foot spear as far as weapons.
So nothing that would improve upon anything that we've got.
Oh, I have no idea.
Usually loot's not as good as what we have. Okay. The recorder or whatever it is that in the bag or is that separate?
No, it was separate.
All right. So what's in the bag is just griffin bones?
It appears to be in other various oddities, and they're not like it appears to be like bones or some type of shamanistic bag of some sort.
Okay, so he's going to consciously leave that alone. Just from a curiosity standpoint, he's going to grab the recorder.
Okay.
And it was 50 gold, 200 silver, 200 copper.
Yes.
Did I hear that right?
Correct.
All right, so he's going to divide that. I'll do the math, but he's going to divide that up when we're kind of sitting around.
All right, so you guys see Jarral join the group that's huddled around Ardreth. And about an hour will go by unless you guys leave this spot, and the storm that you had seen on the horizon finally catches up to you, and it begins to rain and drizzle, turning into snowflakes. But nothing else. Go ahead.
As we sit here and listen to some epic typing, Ardreth, I can't remember how nice Ardreth is, so I'm just gonna play him as curious. And as he's playing his Song of Rest, just being, just playing whatever. And so to the tune of whatever he's playing, he's just starts talking to the new fellow, and he asks, well, so what is your name, random savior?
Well, I wouldn't really call myself a savior, but it's Rex. Rexton for my full name, but I like to go by Rex. How about yourself, youngin?
How old is Rex? What do you look like? Tell me what you look like, Rex.
Well, I'm moderately tall, 5'8", 5'9", about 6 foot. Human, rather old. Most of my hair has started to gray. Looking at me, I look to be maybe late 40s, early 50s.
I'm insulted.
Human?
Yes, human.
I'm insulted.
Do you say that out loud?
No, that's me, the player.
Okay.
That's not
Oh,
old.
because you called him old. It's old for me.
Old for humans.
No. Maybe for PV.
Okay, old for Rex then. He considers himself old.
Okay.
All right. And what are you wearing?
Oh.
What are you wearing?
Chain. Chainmail, I know for sure, but you know,
Oh
do
yeah,
you
I've got
look bored?
some.
Do you
I got
look
some
well?
chainmail on. I got some. I don't know, just basic clothing. Kind of some scarves and not scarves, but like tapestries, different types. I have a few little bags on my side, satchel.
All right, so not terribly poor, not really rich, just average.
Yeah,
The
I would say
average
that's
explorer.
pretty average look.
All right. So, Ardreth will say, well, I'm Ardreth. The last name, oh, it's on here. Oh man, Ardreth, so prepared. Ardreth Farron. It's nice to meet you, Rex.
Good
I
to
will
meet
let
you as
my
well,
fellows-
Ardreth.
I will let my fellows introduce themselves.
Jarl will he'll walk over. He'll give everybody their share, which is 10 gold, 40 silver, and 40 copper, and that includes Tobe. And he'll introduce himself. I am Jarl, and without your help, I don't think we would have made it through this battle. So this is your share of what we found.
One more time, you said 10 gold, 40 silver?
And 40 copper.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you hear Tovi from kind of the other side of the little circle, and kind of look to you and say, "Yes, how is it you happen to come upon the battle just in time?" And there's a little, maybe a tiny essence of challenge to the question, not overly aggressive, but a little bit.
Well, I would have been here sooner, but I ran into a few complications attempting to follow you lot.
Jarl's head kind of picks up at that.
And from where are you following us from, Rex?
Why are you following us?
You would have been from Zymorvan Hall if you didn't catch that from the beginning, just so you know.
What Dan just said.
From Zymorvan Hall. Interesting. Were you sent, or was it by your own volition?
I was sent
Follow.
by the harbors, actually. They said you were in need of assistance.
Yeah, and your contact is Glavrin Bitterbow.
And I regurgitate that name to the party and let them know that was my contact.
The only Harper was what's his face? Finn, right? None of us here are Harpers.
Right, but you guys did meet Glavrin, who was the head of the scouts that came from Silvery Moon with you when you guys went back to Zymorvan Hall, and he escorted the leader of the knights. Where did I write that name down? That person was Captain
Winrow?
Shalana Winrow. Yeah, Captain Winrow. So she was the one that was with Glavrin, so that's how you know that name.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he could be lying.
Yeah.
Do you
all
say
I'm
that out
saying
loud?
is-
I insight check him.
Do it. Insight check him. Now
I
you
insight check the
think
fuck out of him.
yeah, you do not think he's trying to deceive you at this point. You do not get that impression.
All right, I'm like, all right then, Rex. From Zymorvan Hall, is that where you hail from?
It is not. Where I hail
And-
from is quite the story, and personally, I don't think now is a good time to discuss it. Maybe we should find somewhere a little safer to camp. And then we can go into my past, if that is an interest of yours.
I'm sure we'll find that tale quite interesting. As a bard, I find them all interesting.
Nicely played.
And yeah. And I'll wait for the hour.
Yeah, the hour
Is
will go by if you
on.
guys wish it to. There is no additional attack. No griffin swoops out of the sky to try to maul any of you. It appears the snowstorm. It started to rain a little bit, but then turned to snow. You guys have the gear, for traveling cross land and how to deal with it. Your hour goes by. You have your short rest. You get everything back that you wish for your short rest that your class gives you back. You can spend hit dice at this point if you need to. And I think at the end of that, when you guys are deciding what to do after that short rest, is where we will end tonight's session. And then we will pick up not on the 11th, but we will pick up on the 18th when we resume and find out what the group does after their long rest at the bottom of, or at the south end of the Subrin Hills as they continue their journey towards Star Meadow Hills.
So Jarl's going to suggest that after the hour is up that we continue moving to the northwest, and that he found on the bodies a lot of griffin bones, so he's concerned that the griffins are the one that got away might be calling in, reinforcements or another group to come look for these the ones that we just finished off.
That was just a quick finishing question. Were these Uthgar barbarians? Because we've seen Uthgar barbarians as a group before, and they usually have
Different
like a symbol
tribes,
on them of their animal.
Yep.
And so were these Uthgar wearing like griffin
Yes.
memorabilia, I guess?
Yeah, covered in it.
So it would be the Griffin tribe, essentially. Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty sure of it.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that's where we'll end for tonight. If you missed anything, you can go ahead and check it out on the YouTube channel to get posted in a day or so. That was episode 52. If you want to join us back for episode 53, will be the Monday Night crew, who is still currently in the Eye of the Allfather, having just survived a battle with the Remoraz, and we'll see how their excursions continue. Timeline-wise, this group is still probably... This battle has happened probably still 6 days in the past of the Monday crew, but they're going to catch up here pretty quick with the travel towards Star Meadow Hills. So it's all going to sync back up here pretty nicely. So other than that, I want to say thanks for joining on a Thursday night. We'll see you on a Monday night. Next Monday, this upcoming Monday, will be hopefully Dark Tides, if you're interested in watching me play instead of watching me GM. And then the Thursday is our Borderlands campaign, which is a homebrew, brand new campaign. We started with a new group of players, one or two that you recognize and one or two that are new. And then obviously, thanks, Christian, for joining us tonight. It's been awesome. Sorry it took so long to get you into the story, but you're in an epic one. So this one's already lasted a year, and we're into chapter 4, and there's 13 chapters in Storm King's Thunder. So you got plenty of Dungeons and Dragons ahead.
All right.
There's also one more thing, Lucian.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
On Sunday.
This Sunday we're doing, we keep calling it the one shot, although this is going to be our third session of this one shot. And it is a returning group that we had ran called McLancy Waddle Smiles, was the name of the adventure kind of mini campaign. And it is with Jordan from YouTube. It's also with Magpie Random, PB Plays Inside, and Greybeard's Tavern, all reprising their roles as some really cool characters. We have a Death Cleric, we have a Rogue Tabaxi, we have a human folk hero, and we have a Halfling Master Cook Wizard in that campaign. It's been really fun. So we're going to get to see more of that on Sunday at 12 noon Eastern. So if you want to check that out, come watch some of your favorite YouTubers play some more Dungeons and Dragons because I obviously don't play enough at this point. So you can check out everybody else's channels too. A lot of people that play in our games are YouTubers. MC Colonel has a YouTube channel and he streams. PB streams and has a YouTube channel in this group, and then obviously you can check out other people's for the different shows. So thanks for joining. Thanks for staying up late with us. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We will see you in the next show. Bye-bye.
Later.